Yeah, my bad for the lateness, y'all. I got stuck watching that new Avatar Way of the Water movie. By the way, fire. Although I just did not realize it was going to be like 3 hours or however long it was. And then all of a sudden it was like 2 a.m. But anyway, yeah, so y'all saw we already talked about in a previous clip / video that Playboi Carti, he kind of like, or it wasn't even him, it was Ticketmaster or whatever ticket processor site that he sells tickets on. They kind of gave us a little clue in that music was gonna drop, as in his album, before he went on his Europe leg, which I believe was like November or something like that. Now, like literally 5 minutes after I posted that clip, of course, they omit that part, that exact sentence. They just deleted that sentence, but everything else stayed the same. And I'll just show y'all what I'm talking about before for the people who aren't aware. Basically, there was this portion right here that said, after the release of his new album Music, this 22nd blah blah. But yeah, he's basically gonna drop this album before he goes to Europe. Now, again, he deleted that entire sentence, which is crazy, literally moments after. So I'm thinking, one, it could have just been cap. I don't know, like, I feel like this happens all the time. I feel like either these, like, because Rolling Loud does it sometimes, like with, I don't know, that Carti's gonna perform new music, or he might, you know what I'm saying? Or other festivals. I'm not like placing blame here either. It's cap, and like these festivals or venues are just trying to, or website is trying to reinvigorate, even though they don't really need it because people are buying the Antagonist tour tickets out the wazoo. But like they're clouting it up, like, oh my god, he's about to drop, to get people to buy tickets. Or two, and by the way, in that scenario, like, there's no album coming, although I really do think there is. I just don't know when necessarily. I guess that's just the story of Carti fans' lives. But number two, the scenario would be that I feel like this happens all too often, to the point where I feel like he kind of puts that information in, knowing that his fans are gonna find it because they're scraping through data like they're goddamn Bitcoin miners. And so we get that little tidbit of information, and then he omits it just to like toy with everybody's heads, and like you never really know what's going on. So he has the option of canceling it, being like, yo, I didn't mean to put that in there. But also, if he drops it, like, people are somewhat ready, but like it just keeps the speculation going. Like, it's all just mind games, bro. It's like a toxic relationship. You break up, and then like 3 weeks later you're like, damn, I saw this tweet and it just reminded me of your mom, and like, tell her I love her, or like, I still wish that we could talk, or something. That's basically Carti in a nutshell as an artist. But anyway, with that though, here's another reason why I think we actually still might be getting something before the tour. Ken Carson obviously was supposed to drop his album A Great Chaos on July 17th, right? He was in his Instagram bio, he tweeted it. However, now it looks like it is delayed, and Rolling Loud let us know this information, and then Ken even spoke on it as well. But they said Music, which is kind of like a tease at Carti. So look, that one Mercedes-Benz or Ticketmaster, whatever it was, website, they weren't the only one that was teasing Music. Although, you know, sometimes this could just be like I don't know, they could be speculating as well. But anyway, I told you, you know nothing. Someone responded. He said, you think the tour just happened to announce a week before our show? So I guess it starts like one of the first shows is at Rolling Loud. I'm not too sure. I haven't really checked the dates all too much. Yes, when is it going to drop? Before the festival? Is it going to drop on the same day as his label member? In 2 days? No. Talking about Ken Carson, because he's supposed to drop on July 17th, which is on a Monday, in like 4 days. And then they said A Great Chaos is getting pushed back a bit. Moments later, or a couple hours later, I guess, we see this change up in the bio for Ken Carson. I think a new profile picture as well. I'm not too sure. And then he tweets as well, essentially saying that he's instead just dropping a single. So maybe it is the label's situation, maybe not Opium, but like Interscope, because they are funding, and like, why would they drop a project if it doesn't have as much hype? Usually a single and a music video is like the typical promo rollout where you can get like people who aren't necessarily locked into your fan base, like actually, you know, realizing that you're about to release an album, you know what I'm saying? So then he tweeted, "It's over. .mp3, blah, blah, like all the opium language, July 21st. Okay. It's not me." That's the song that he's dropping, I guess. And that's just an MP3, I guess, a single. "It's not me. I'm doing what I can." So he's essentially saying like it got pushed back. Now, do we know why? Could be the label. It could be because of what Rolling Loud was saying before with they were teasing music, right? If we go back here. And if Carti's dropping, it might be like a similar situation to what we think is going to happen with Travis Scott and Sofego, or what we thought many a time, where they dropped a big project with music with like maybe a Ken Carson feature or like production. So it's like a little bit of promo to get them up more so that their baseline level when they drop the album, like they're more clouded, instead of because we already know that Carti is not going to hop on a feature until like basically after he retires. They're gonna recycle verses like they did with Popular, as in the song with The Weeknd, where they literally he said a total of 10 songs. Now, one thing though is we noticed that Ken Carson posted Ice Spice on his Instagram story. I'm trying to find it right here. She did like the X symbol because you know he's X-Man, bro, always popping X. She's got long ass nails, bro. My girl breaks her nails like literally every 3 days. I don't know how they do it. Like, how do you do anything? Like, just drink water, a glass of water. You gotta like almost claw it, but without your finger, like your tips. Pause. Anyway, so after this, then Ken Carson on Twitter, I think he deleted it. It's somewhere. Y'all have probably seen it. He said that he and I think Riot USA, which is her only producer, I'm pretty sure she only raps on his beats unless it's like a feature. So him and Riot, I mean, it makes sense if he gets the Ice Spice feature. And it's kind of funny because, right, Lone got the Pink Pantheress collab, not feature. And then Ken is going the opposite way to Ice Spice, like the two girls who are kind of like, you know, popping right now. I know there are other female rappers who are doing their thing, but you know, like the Boy's a Liar Part 2 or whatever, like that was one of the biggest songs. I think it was top 10 on Billboard. So they kind of like got that duo, which is crazy. Like it's like a little competition. Not really, because they're homies, but you get the point. So yeah, I personally think that, I mean, I wouldn't even bet on it. I'm not a betting guy anyway. I've been in the casino a couple times. The last time I went, I lost like $1,000. So I'm out ski, bro. I'm not playing with that risky money. I like slow, conservative money, bro. Now everybody's gonna be like, oh, he's a Trump supporter, but nah. So I personally think, and I'd probably give it like a 50.00001 repeating percent chance that Carti is trying to drop music, and so he pushed back Ken's album, and so he's just dropping a single so that Carti could drop it, Ken would be involved somehow, and they'd pull the Travis Scott, Don Toliver method and then drop after. But really, as we all know, we literally have no idea. Nothing with Carti, his releases or his label makes sense. You know, like it shouldn't work, all of their promotional mechanisms, but literally just anything they do blows up. So you know how it is. I'm just saying, don't expect it, but I'm thinking it wasn't in that website, like he's releasing his music album prior to going to Europe. That can't be a coincidence, bro. I feel like you don't just get sign off to do those things. You gotta like I don't know, unless like that had to be somewhat in the plan. Maybe it's not anymore, but like it was part of the plan. And then the whole Ken Carson situation that we were talking about with his album getting pushed back, I just think that there's multiple coincidences that are lining up to show that he might actually drop. But again, I'm not giving it like that large of a percent chance that it'll happen. But y'all let me know, what do y'all think? It's a sad day, kinda. It was happy and then all of a sudden just killed people's dreams. I know people are gonna start like deleting themselves, jumping off balconies after they deleted that one sentence. Never seen that in my life.